Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are definitely back again for the one and only Mystelics reaction channel, guys. Of course, big up the Mystelics family for tuning into this reaction video. And of course, the newcomers are there. Big up yourself for tuning into this reaction video. And of course, if you have not done so, definitely if you want to become a part of the Mystelics family, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos. Click subscribe, click the bell, and then click all so you can get all the videos as they tend to drop. All the notifications when I drop my videos, you'll get notified by that. And of course, guys, don't forget to download the Mystelics Tube app. That'll be in the first comment in the comment box below. Pretty much collaborating a number of different vibrations across the different channels. Of course, you guys know that they dropped a video on BrBpTV, which of course is getting the rounds right there. Of course, I interviewed an individual known as the Watchman, brothers and sisters, an ex-Hollywood actor. And of course, you can definitely check that out on BrBpTV. If you are definitely download the app, you would most likely have seen that already if you just check the latest videos on the different channels right there on the app. So don't forget to download that vibrations as well. I'll be dropping an aerial video as well. I did an area interesting one in Rosalie, the Rosalie River, brothers and sisters. Guys, we need to watch our rivers, man. I keep telling individuals this over and over and over and over. Talking about that, I'll talk about that video right there, brothers and sisters. Something I said in that video which was actually true and I didn't even know it was true, but I said it anyways. But brothers and sisters, I've been warning people about the rivers in Dominica. The rivers in Dominica are going down, man. They are going down. And of course, if you watch the aerial video, of course it will come out tomorrow. I'll definitely showcase that tomorrow for you guys to see. But if you watch the river and you realize where the river is, you realize that the river has gone down to more than 90%, man, to where the river was before, to where it is today, brothers and sisters. We get to enjoy what is remaining of that river in the Rosalie area. But in the next 10-15 years, brothers and sisters, we might not have a Rosalie River. Guys, we need to take care of these things, man. We need to put something in place, whether we put dams up in the place to build up the river, and then even put in turbines to make something happen as a result of that. We need to get into this kind of situation, brothers and sisters, or we would have a river again. Dominica prides itself on having 365 rivers, not realizing the same rivers that we're talking about are disappearing, and nobody not batting an eyelash for that, brothers and sisters. Or you don't understand what's going on? Or you don't understand what's going on? In the next 20, 30, 40 years, Dominica become a desert, you know. Or you don't realize that? No? Or you, no? Okay, don't say I didn't tell earlier. Because them rivers are drying up. And if you have eyes to see, you'll observe that the rivers are drying up. Brothers and sisters, the government officials, people in the head office, you guys need to do something about that. You guys need to. It's not maybe. You need to. You have to do something about that. Because then the near future wouldn't have rivers again. We'll known as the 365 ponds in the next 10 to 15 years. And then afterwards, we going down the drain. Don't listen, the same way I was warning people about the very government in 2004, 2005. And people seen it now. Those say I didn't want all year. All right then. No, this whole situation actually reacted to the MADMAN some time back. Brothers and sisters, Kian Alexander, back in the day, brothers and sisters, when he was doing a little something in Roseau, and of course jumped in the sea and stuff. But there's something rather interesting that I said in this video that I had to point out right there. A number of persons were actually sending me, even today somebody sent me this video. If I remember this, I remember it, you know, I forgot how the video, but hey, let us get into it right there. Play.
Ladies, look the man. Ladies, where the ladies at, man? Ladies, he have abs, you know. Ladies, you have abs, ladies. Where the ladies at, man? Ladies, I know you like two fellas with abs and thing. The boy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 abs, ladies. Where the ladies at, man? Ladies, get at the boy. Get at the kid right there.
I guess he missing the other 6s. Or the other 6 is 6 figures. And we'll leave the rest alone.
You don't have shoes, but still.
No, this is the point. This is what I'm talking about. It's gonna come up in a moment.
I suspect if he had a good lady in his life, man, I don't think it would be like this. Probably some lady that make Mr. go crazy like that for him to have a bandana on his head looking like.
But that's interesting, eh? And then to find out the story of this individual where he took the fall for a girl that he loved so much, only after coming out from prison, after taking the fall for that same girl, we are told that that girl was found cheating on him, and that sent him into a frenzy right there. Of course, that is a situation in this regard. When I reacted, I say maybe some girl had him acting like this, maybe some girl did him some wrong, man. And lo and behold, probably a year later, we find out that yes, it was in fact a girl that, you know, set him apart. Because you guys saw his previous pictures. You guys saw that, didn't you? He looked like a normal guy who loved the girl. Only that he took the fall for the girl, ended up in prison because he didn't want her to go to prison. This is why fellas only have sometimes when your girl doing things, you have to make them take jail, boy. You have to make them take jail for that. Because look at what she do him. Look at what she do him. Based on the story that we heard, guys. That's interesting right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, this is not the thing that we are here today. We are here for this thing, which apparently the lawyers of the family are coming together. Now, I noticed when this was going on, a number of persons had a number of things to say. Some people were saying, well, we should be happy that they took him out. No, brothers and sisters, it is never a good thing for anybody to take out anybody. First of all, we were told that he's ill mentally. Therefore, if he's ill mentally, he will act in certain ways. I personally think that he acts a character. He might be a little cuckoo upstairs, but the very parents themselves stated that when he took his medication, he was good. So what the police should have done is give him the medication, let him calm down, and then when he finds his senses, then go and find the girl. And the whole searching that is being done up to today, 14 days now I believe it is still happening because the police decided to take his life instead. And there was a lot of discrepancies when it comes down to that. Even yesterday, if you guys don't know, you could check out the previous video, the previous reaction that I did with the journalist reporting on the different things that he found out himself as well. Considering that they said that the madman, Kian, attacked them, but they found it very impossible since he was injured himself. And not only that, he didn't have the very thing that they said that he attacked them with, which is rather interesting, which means that the police lied to the Dominican people saying that he attacked them. Interesting stuff. But I want you guys to understand something right there. What if this was your cousin? What if this was your brother? What if this was the prime minister himself? What was this? What? Because people don't seem to understand. They're saying, and the basis, before I continue that, first of all, guys, the guy in question right there, he's the only one that knows where the girl is. So taking him out, making him lose his life, should never have been a part of the equation. But people are happy and shouting and whatnot. What if this was your brother? What if this was your cousin? What if this was somebody that you knew back then how they were, and then something happened to them and they ended up changing? What if this was the case right there? And we oftentimes say there's mad people out, there's more mad people outside than here. Well, apparently we can say that is true, especially for the person that running the country into the ground. And then want the people in the country who fill in the blunt, telling them that we live in the best. Because people haven't messaged me, meet me in person, and talking about Dominica is exporting $200 million worth of agriculture. That means Dominica is doing the best in agriculture that it has ever done in the history of Dominica since it gained its independence. Ridiculous. So there are more mad people outside than you think, brothers and sisters, including the head right there. But what if this was somebody you knew? Was this individual warranted in passing out? What if the girl is still alive? I mean, after he took his life, I believe all hope. I still have hope. I have faith, man. Hoping and praying, but from the foolishness that the police them did, it just break my spirit, man. Break my spirit, man. Knowing that this girl could have been alive somewhere and just waiting for somebody to come, maybe bring him the same key and give him his medication, let him come down to his normal self, and then bring, to show where the girl is, or some trail or wherever. If he didn't leave her somewhere and then whatnot and come leave her with some whoever, or if she was with somebody, he would then point out that she was with somebody. I think that would be a smart thing if he was kept alive, brothers and sisters. But that is not the case. Now, understanding the family, not realizing if this was just or not. And best of the law, brothers and sisters, is not just taking out a madman from the street. Because you could have helped the madman with giving him his medication. Give him his medication, supervise him, something like that, make him become a productive citizen in society. Not true. But instead they just take the man's life. Understanding that we got the information yesterday stating that it was not warranted. What the police told the public was a lie, brothers and sisters. So the family got a lawyer, Tiani right there, to pretty much go into finding about the autopsy. Of course, the autopsy would reveal a number of things for which the police or the state did not want to make the family get involved in that. Anyways, let's listen to this right there.
The search of the missing child
We just wish to update the public as to the position with respect to the remains of Kian Alexander. Now, the family was informed just after 7 o'clock this morning of a need to come and identify the body. They were told to be there for 10 o'clock. They were not explained or told that there was in fact an inquest being opened at the court in the morning. The family instructed myself, Mr. Behansen, to deal with this matter of the autopsy. And that instruction took place after 9:30 a.m. So
that was yesterday, by the way, guys. Let's continue.
Family had not been given any time or opportunity to have instructed beforehand, because they were only told that very morning. The family arrived with myself sometime after 12 to identify the body. We received a set of instructions from Officer Chaucer, who presented himself as a person in charge, dressed in army fatigues. And
you're not in war. You're not in war. What you doing dressed in bush clothes?
His instruction was that the family, which would be the brother and the mother, would be able to enter the autopsy room, identify the body, then proceed to inspecting the body. The reason why the family is interested in inspecting the body, one, he has...
We all interested in that, to know if the police... This is the defining point to let us know what was happening. If his leg was broken, if it was sprained or whatever, if his neck itself was fractured, or well, it's not necessarily broken, but if his neck was fractured or broken in fact, and also where did the police decide to put the pellet in his body? It is vital for this information to be released. And if that is the case, then you know police going to get sued, because then they have to prove that he was attacking them. Where is the second cutlass? They have to prove all these things. Police know these things. That's why they're giving them a hard time. So they're trying to cover up, more cover up. Brothers and sisters, when you see you lying and constantly lying, what do you expect to happen? You have to cover up the lies with more lies. Anyways, let's continue.
In the body that they wanted to ensure that those were seen, and that the area of injury, which have yet to be publicly disclosed by the police, could be seen with their own eyes.
Yep. The police say his leg. The reporters stated that it was in his stomach. So,
shortly after they were preparing to give them the protective clothing to enter the autopsy room, another officer appeared, which appeared to give completely contradictory instructions, suggesting that they should run in the room, see the face, and run back out.
So they don't want them to inspect. You guys, you don't notice something fishy happening, and people literally commenting and talking irrevocable foolishness, not realizing what is happening to them. Brothers and sisters, this is them today. This is them today. Next time this might be you or somebody you know. We don't understand these things. People don't understand these things. That doesn't freak me out there, you know. You as Dominica. Oh Lord, have mercy on our souls, man. Sheep.
We asked for clarification between the two sets of rules. The officer said that he's not in charge. And then...
So the one that was pretending to be in charge said he's not in charge.
They dissembled to clarify the position. They all broke out and took out their phones and disappeared. There was a meeting held in the back of the room behind the autopsy room. Several people then took shelter in the tent and began to make their own separate phone calls. We waited on them patiently, and I then called all of the individuals, one that were in superior rank to Mr. Choice, and we were given.
Now guys, before you continue, I just want to make it clear, I'm not condoning what Kian did, taking people, children, and going, please. I'm not condoning that at all. But you have to understand, this is an individual that would have led the police themselves to Kian, unless they know something happened to the girl and decided to take out the man themselves. Or you don't find it interesting, or you don't find nothing funny, or you don't find nothing funny in that boy. Boy, you mad. And you man making noise, saying all you happy they take. No, man. Something wrong with human beings, boy.
Instructions, and to any ASP or inspector or the head ASP Moses also calls made to the chief of police. We called Mr. Weeks and attempted to get numbers so we can call the higher rank of the police so we can determine what is in fact the instruction, because the family have been waiting here for more than 4 hours.
Up to the afternoon.
To carry out what normally takes 5 minutes to accomplish and complete.
Because they are hiding something. The police is hiding something, brothers and sisters. Don't you guys see it? Don't you guys see it, man? Oh my goodness.
And it seems to me that this is clear shenanigans by the police, given the fact that nobody is clear as to where the individual has been shot.
That's what they're trying to keep under wraps. Guys, mind they cremate that body, we and say by mistake. Mind the leaners end up getting fire. Boy, you mad. And his mistake just to cover up. Or something to cover up. Something happened to the... something.
We do not have a forensic pathologist in Dominica.
Maybe they'll say, oh, the body started decaying and all those kind of things, that the fridge wasn't working. Brothers and sisters, anything can happen, you know, to try to cover up their tracks. Or you don't understand, boy. Or you don't understanding, boy.
We've never had one. What we have is through the benevolence of the Cuban people, of pathologists. We understand that there may be a pathologist here available from Barbados. It is good because only Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad have forensic pathologists available. The difficulty we have in a case like this, if there is some allegation or suspicion about government activity, whether it's through their agents, police, or otherwise, or even sometimes very doctors in this hospital, we cannot ascertain independently with any degree of certainty.
Unless you see it for yourself.
Without a family paying an exorbitant of money to instruct a pathologist who come and hear and act on their behalf. It is the paucity of resources in most of these circumstances makes it almost impossible. So it cannot be that the family is told to come.
Maybe they shot him more than once. Poor you mad. Guys, I want to get that story out there, we boy. Guys, just make sure you subscribe to this channel, you guys, and download the app. Because when them things coming out, I'll bring them for you. All you know I roll already. Yes, sir.
And identify the body. And they're sitting here with no other instructions to clarify the contradiction between the two sets of instructions and expect the family to remain here. But we understand that essentially the state had been prepared to undergo an autopsy without the family.
Oh, you mad? Hey, now the family know
involvement. And we know that because of the manner in which this thing was actually carried out.
Boy, you mad? Oh, boy.
The jury.
But only nobody got him to happen there. But it's clear that the police are trying to cover up. This is why they stay silent. One of the things that they tend to do in psychology, they say 72 hours for something to blow away. Well, we're going to keep it alive. We can't keep it alive. They say 72 hours. No, 48 to 72 hours before something goes away. So they wouldn't say anything as a result of that. Hopefully it blows away. But this story is too big for it to blow away, and they don't understand that. And the more information, the more things you try to hide from people, is more people are going to speculate.
From the inquest.
And I know that Mother there, that Mother no can stay quiet. And I know.
Which was opened this morning in court, was shown the body, which is very unusual. The jury, which was opened, was actually carried out. The jury from the inquest, which was opened this morning in court, was shown the body, which is very unusual.
So the jury was shown the body, whoever the jury is, was shown the body and not the family.
The jury is normally shown the body in the presence of the family who identifies the body. That
guys, all you don't know, there's something going wrong there, boy. No, boy. All you can't see. And man making noise on that live when I was live. Talking stupidness that are irrelevant to what is actually happening. No, boy, something on volleyball.
That is lawful conduct. It may be that we bend things here because we're a country used to this kind of behavior and conduct where nothing is important, not even the Constitution or whatever principles or requirements that document suggests that the conduct should be. So I am not surprised. But it seems to me that this may be an example of an extrajudicial killing. And we are saying and we're asking the public.
Meaning he was not supposed to be killed and he was killed and they're trying to cover it. Tell me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters. Let's continue.
To please be mindful, be cognizant of what is going on here.
Not just for them, but for you as well. The people are, guys, it's blatant in your eyes to see. Blatantly in your eyes to see. From the very onset. As to how they end up, they never go and chase the boy and whatnot. The boy end up taking somebody. The police decided not go and chase the man. When the little one was taken, abducted, it's next day they go and start searching me. Guys, only to find nothing fishy, funny going on now. Maybe just me.
Because it can happen to anybody. I have been at this site on a number of occasions. Sometimes it is death from sudden syndrome for those who come to the hospital. Sometimes it's those found at home. Sometimes it's bodies found on the last major occasion of a lifeless body found in a cell in Portsmouth, for which it took forever to investigate. And
the case still look, well, I think they sent him jail or something. Or maybe there's another incident. I remember, because I remember they released my classmate. I said that yesterday.
It took forever to charge. And all the shenanigans that took place, the matter still cannot proceed in the courts right now. We are saying that it's unacceptable. It is unacceptable that in a democratic country that we have this kind of machinations taking place.
It seems like they have the ability to push back cases for years upon years. I remember when Lennox brought the allegations about ministers using people for favors, for using people for them to gain favors, using young people for them to get favors, all kind of things. And that nothing has happened as a result of that. However, you know what they're doing? They call in, look. Guys, I have to take that. I come back. Okay, guys, so I'm back. So like I was saying, nothing has pretty much happened as a result of that. And you know what they're pretty much doing? They're pushing back the court cases. It seems like they have an ability for them to push back court cases for any amount of time. Because it's been a while since that case has never called, brothers and sisters. It was brought towards the judicial system and it was never called. There's a lot of cases that are not calling. Anyways, guys, let's continue right there.
And masquerade as if there is some interest in an injustice.
I like that. Masquerade as if there is some interest in injustice. That's what is happening in Dominica. And people don't see that. They seen what the man did. They don't realize what is happening as a result of that. There's always a way to do things, brothers and sisters. Don't get me wrong, I would have liked that they found the guy. Give him some serious blows, no doubt about it. But make sure he is alive. Knock this stupidness out of him for him to stop his dirty ways. You know what I mean? That's my sentiment right there. Give him his medication. Give him some blows, man. Positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. You understand my feel? For those who understand psychology. Anyways, let's continue.
Remain vigilant to ensure that the family receives the questions and answers that they want.
Yep.
But this is beginning to look like an extrajudicial killing. Thank you.
Anything happens from here?
Well,
what's the next step?
Well, the next step is if they refuse to allow the family to identify the body, the family will leave. If they wish to go ahead with an autopsy without the family identifying the body, I'd like to see that one. It will be very new circumstances. But I understand the documents, and I wouldn't disclose what it is. The documents present this body as an unknown person. So they're attempting to have an autopsy without the family's involvement because the family is concerned about the nature of the wound sustained by their loved one.
All of us are concerned about that. All of us, especially understanding the report we got, completely contradictory to what the police, the commissioner was saying. Lies! Devilish lies.
If he has no next of kin, as is being presented, then he's an unknown person.
But he has his mother and he has his brother. I don't know who's that girl, maybe his sister or something. I don't know, but he has his family, so he has next of kin. Most likely his mother is the next of kin.
The search of the missing, then he's an unknown person. Although the entire state, maybe the region, based on those who listen to via social media, is aware that this body allegedly is the body of Kian Alexander.
And the family has to identify and say, yes, that is our son, that is our my brother, that, you know. But they don't want to do that. They have him as unknown.
Why were the parents not called on the site? Why did they not call them to identify the body at the time?
Well, the thing is that the family was informed, as I said, this morning after 7, to simply identify.
So it wasn't the same day, it was the next day, which was yesterday.
The body, they were never told of an autopsy, because in the case of not autopsy or even an inquest, in the case of an inquest, an attorney can present an application to the coroner to act under Section 30 to be part of the process of an inquest. And that allows it, and I myself have gotten that before, and I have attended a number of autopsies here and other parts of the Caribbean where I practice. This is unacceptable. It is unacceptable because this is potentially a case where the state holds the evidence to which somebody may be questioning on suspicion the action of the state. That is unacceptable.
And the state is telling you not to question what I do, and therefore covering up their dirty tracks. And Dominicans just watching and talking shoopiness on the life. But
my question to you, why did the police not call the family at the time?
You must ask the police that.
They're covering up something.
Ask the police that. The same way the police said that under the injuries that this individual may have sustained, he gave a long explanation as to where this child may be found. Now we are suspicious of that, because if the gentleman had received the injuries that we suspect he has sustained, I don't know in what capacity at all he'll be able to give any statement. Any statement. I cannot see it.
So you continue to watch and observe.
We continue to be vigilant.
Thank you.
So just to confirm for our viewers, Mr. Bihanzin, in light of the autopsy, the family has not yet identified the body or have been allowed to inspect the body?
We haven't even seen the body. We have no idea whether autopsy have taken place. They have not seen the body.
I suspect what they're going to be trying to do on a logical basis, do the autopsy without the family, and then tell the family that they have done the autopsy and give the body to the family for the family to bury. Only when the body is ready to bury, that's when they're going to allow the family to get in touch with that. That wouldn't be too surprising if that happened, guys.
Right.
And they have been here for 4 hours waiting. The officer who came with the contradictory information is sitting on the shed for the last 4 hours. The other one dressed in green fatigues, which is not a police uniform in this country. We don't know where he is.
They think it's carnival, they be dressing up in costume. Well, finally they use it for at least something. I saw them in the bush. But some of them was just by the shed, you know. They wasn't in the world. They didn't probably wait. Let me not say much on that. But let's continue.
But there's a secret room behind the autopsy room. A number of them have filed in there after we raised our objection. And clarity, we sought clarity as to what exactly is the position in relation to the identification of the remains and what takes place after that. We're there to see it, because we were told that they can identify the body, inspect the body, and remain there for the entirety of the autopsy. That entire process. This entire thing changed now to people in the room and people out. That's completely unacceptable.
And depending on what they found when they do the inspections, if what they inspected and realized what the different things on the body that they notice, they can then take this state to court. They can take this state to court and bring them in front of the court and make sure they sue the state. Oh, all you buy money that there, boy, if that family want to make money. Because they take away their son, they take away their brother, they take away their relative. Under what Lord gave them that authority? Because you see, they said that he attacked them. But if they found his weapon on Wednesday and he attacked them on Saturday, knowing that he had injuries from jumping from a precipice, he jumped on something and then he injured himself. So he ended up attacking all you. With what? You have to prove that. Ah, but that is a very interesting story, brothers and sisters. Me have to come and represent all you, me. But anyways, Tiani, you'll do his thing.
What would you like to see moving forward in light of the whole issue in terms of the autopsy?
To the damn truth. Why should anybody be treated this way? If you have nothing to hide, open up. Let's get on with it. Why should you treat people this way?
If you had nothing to hide, you think they'll be acting like this? Come on, brothers and sisters. We already get the report. And the report from a journalist of other officers that were there. By the way, guys, I mentioned an officer yesterday who was on the scene. I told him this is a reaction channel. I cannot just say you say certain things. What if what you say isn't true? Therefore, come on audio, give me an audio and I'll react to it. If I have to change your voice and whatnot, then I can do that. But he didn't want to do it. He or she didn't want to do it. Anyways. But that is why I didn't think, but that's what I was talking about. Anyways, let's look at it.
What is this about? And this further distract from the interest of trying to find this child. Oh God, come on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Guys, I will never understand that. I will never. It baffles me. It baffles me, brothers and sisters. They took the one man that knew where the youth is. Another thing, they lied about what they did to the man. I mean, guys, we don't find out. Maybe just me. As I like to put pieces and put things together to see if it makes sense. And see what could be the cause and effect. And then I tell you guys my thoughts and my processes in these kind of things. Most likely, majority of the time, they end up correct. Because it's simple common sense. No, not everything is common sense. There are exceptions to the rules. But if you can use your common sense and realize what's going on, brothers and sisters, it's very clear that they are trying to hide something. A simple standard procedure where the family comes and identify and inspects the body. Say, yes, that is my son. Let's see what happened to him and whatnot. And then the autopsy is, if the family wants to be there and for the autopsy and everything, they can do that. But that has not happened at all. It's not happening up to now. They don't identify the family, the body of the man. So we have two problems. One, to find the missing girl. Two, to see if the police lie. And if they lie, the family should sue the heck out of them. That's I know some of the family members watch my videos. Sue the hell out of them for me, please. Because these things need to stop. These things need to stop. Anyways, guys, with all that said, let me know your thoughts in this regard. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. And of course, definitely give this video a thumbs up if you understand. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on our post notifications. It's quite unfortunate, man. I understand these guys, these family members. I mean, it might be one day their brother was a certain way and whatnot. He needed his medication. Something so simple. Unless they're actually hiding something, brothers and sisters. And we don't see that. And I'm not just necessarily stopping on the guy, Kian himself, aka the madman. Something may have happened to that little girl as well, and he was the only one that knew and decided to take him out. Brothers and sisters, how do we know? But it's a possibility and a probability factor right there. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next reaction video. Give this video a thumbs up to help the algorithm to push this video further and further. And of course, like I said before, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Don't forget to check the links in the first comment in the comment box below as well. Boom, bam.